Our family barbecue, my sister made a joke. If you disappeared tomorrow, no one would even notice. Everyone laughed, except me. I just raised my hot dog and said, challenge accepted. I moved out that night, cut contact, and vanished. A year later, they're holding a reconciliation brunch. I just got a text, please come, mom's crying in the potato salad. This story is titled At Our Family Barbecue My Sister Made a Joke. If you disappeared tomorrow no one would even notice. Everyone laughed except me. I just raised my hot dog and said, challenge accepted. I moved out that night, cut contact and vanished. A year later they're holding a reconciliation brunch. I just got a text, please come, mom's crying in the potato salad. So here's how it started. A hot dog, a family barbecue and a joke that landed like a brick through a stained glass window. If you're wondering what kind of person nukes their whole family dynamic over one sentence, well, hi. I'm Evan, 29M, formerly the background character in my own family sitcom, quiet, sarcastic, that guy you remember when the Wi-Fi stops working or someone needs to lift heavy furniture. I come from a long line of loud people with big opinions and zero impulse control, so my role has always been silent resentment sponge in cargo shorts. Our cast includes Sierra, 31F, my sister, certified star of every family function, master of the backhanded compliment and passive-aggressive sarcastic queen. Mom, 57F, cries when you change the TV input, thinks trauma is a personality, loves baking and ignoring red flags. Dad, 62M, ex-military, big fan of grilling things and yelling at CNN. And then there's me, the guy they forget to mention when listing how many kids they have. Anyway, last July we had our annual family barbecue. Picture overcooked burgers, undercooked opinions and enough emotional tension to snap a lawn chair. Everyone was there, cousins, neighbors, that one uncle who thinks Bitcoin is a personality. I was doing what I usually do, hovering near the cooler, pretending to be fascinated by seltzer options while trying to avoid yet another conversation about how I'm still single but at least not gay. Then it happened. We were all sitting around the patio table, plates balanced on paper towels because heaven forbid we use the good stuff. Someone had made a dumb joke about me still being mysterious and Sierra just, without missing a beat, laughed and said if Evan disappeared tomorrow, would anyone even notice? Laughter. Not nervous laughter. Not the haha that's dark, are you okay kind. No, real stomach clutching, knee slapping haha good one Sierra laughter. Dad chuckled. Mom actually wiped her eye. One of my cousins snorted lemonade. And I just sat there holding a limp hot dog on a paper plate, watching everyone laugh like this was the funniest thing they'd heard since Mom tried to use TikTok. I raised my hot dog like a glass of champagne and said, challenge accepted. They thought I was joking. Hell, maybe I did too, but I wasn't. I went home, packed a bag, withdrew all my savings and by midnight I was halfway across the state in a Motel 6 watching infomercials about kitchen knives sharp enough to decapitate a moose. And I didn't say a word to anyone. No notes, no texts, no dramatic you'll miss me when I'm gone monologue. I just left. And now, exactly 1 year later, I get a text from my cousin Maggie who is always the semi-decent one. Please come to the family brunch tomorrow, mom's crying in the potato salad, they think you might be dead. What to tell them anymore? So Reddit, Idaho so yeah, I ghosted them for a year. Full blackout, no texts, no birthday cards, no tragic Facebook post about taking time for me. I became the lost sibling, like some indie movie character who vanished after a breakup with capitalism. Meanwhile, my family apparently built a narrative. According to cousin Maggie, a saint in a swamp of emotional arsonists. Here's how it played out over the year. At first they assumed I was doing one of my dramatic moods. Then came the group chat accusations. Sierra said I was probably freeloading off some girl. Dad said I was on drugs, probably weed. Mom googled cults and cried during an episode of Dr. Phil titled When Your Son Joins a Sandal-Wearing Commune. Eventually someone called the police. Cops did a welfare check at my apartment. Maggie said they found it empty, clean bed still made, no sign of struggle, just a single open Amazon box on the floor containing a humidifier and a book titled How to Stop Caring What People Think which apparently really set Mom off. They filed a missing person report, a literal missing person report. My own family told the cops I might be dead because I stopped texting them back and didn't show up to Thanksgiving where last year they forgot I was vegan and served me a plate of canned corn in judgment. Fast forward to yesterday, I get Maggie's message about the reconciliation brunch. I almost ignored it, but the phrase mom's crying in the potato salad unlocked something deep and unhinged inside me. Like part of me wanted to stay free forever, but the other part, the part that's still 12 years old and wants to break a glass at the table and scream do you see me now? That part kind of wanted to go. So I did. I show up 15 minutes late in an Uber with a duffel bag and emotional baggage that could crush a horse. They rented out a private room at this overly cheerful brunch place called Sunshine Griddle and Company. You know the type, fake wood paneling, waitresses named Destiny, pancakes that come with a tiny flag in them like breakfast is a goddamn victory. And there they all were. Mom sobbing into a mimosa. Sierra in a blouse that looked like it was made of passive aggression. Dad in his usual I'm not mad, I'm just disappointed you don't watch football outfit. Maggie saw me first and did the wide-eyed don't start a scene look. The second Mom spotted me she gasped so loud a toddler dropped his waffle 3 tables over. Oh my god, she wailed. He's alive. I barely got past the coat rack before she grabbed my face like I just crawled out of a shallow grave. You have no idea what we've been through, she sobbed. I haven't slept since August. You commented Elmo on a Minion meme 2 weeks ago, I said at 2 a.m. Maggie choked on her coffee. That's when Sierra stood up, arms crossed and said, you know you could have just said you needed space like an adult. I sat down, poured myself some orange juice and smiled. Sure, right after you said no one would care if I disappeared like an adult. The table went dead silent. Dad cleared his throat. Let's all just enjoy breakfast.